We're going to get started here in just a second, folks, letting people join in. They're probably rushing from their coffee pot maker, if that's what you have. Hey, good morning. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Woohoo! Friday, right? And remember, not casual Friday on the MLive morning weather updates. It's uncasual Friday. Yeah, a lot of folks, including me, even before the virus, in sweats a lot of the day sometimes. So what the heck? I'm getting the suit out, but I'll be honest. I hope I don't have to go apply for a mortgage, where you got to put on a suit. Do you still do that, or do you show up in a t-shirt now? Or heaven forbid, I don't want to have to go to a funeral right now because the suit doesn't button real well at the moment. Let's call it the COVID-19, right? All right, great Friday on the way as far as weather. Nice weekend, very nice weekend on the way. One little shot of showers. I'll show that to you. Little shot, talking 15 minutes, half hour. And I've got some revised gardening thoughts because there's a little bit of a revision on the cold air for next week. But first, I always like to start off with saying hi to people. Becky Sadler, looking sharp. Thank you very much. Hey, good morning, Wanda Norfleet Miller. You have yourselves a great weekend too. And Maria Camargo joins us from Brazil often. So thank you. Good morning, April Bolton from Gladwin. And, Tom and Crystal Iwer, they're giving me hints on coffee. Keurig hazelnut with a bit of natural honey for me. You know what? I've had struggled to get 2 cups of coffee in me my entire life, and I just don't get it. And everybody says, acquired taste, just keep trying it. It's not happening. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. It's not supposed to look like that. Give me just a moment. All right, we should be back. And we are. Okay, so we got the clearing skies, far southeast corner of the state, maybe just a little bit of cloudiness. But once you get the sunshine in Detroit and Monroe and in St. Clair and in Sanilac County, you get full-blown sunshine. Now look off on the left side of the screen. That's our next weather system. And like I said, it's a weak one. It's actually on the heels of warmer air. So as it blows through, it brings us the possibility of a very quick shower. And you're going to see that right here. This is the radar forecast for you today. Woohoo! Nothing on the radar. By the way, rainfall amounts ranging from about a ½ inch in the southeast to a lot of places an inch and a half, to Grand Rapids, to Alpena, north and west, 2 to 4, as much as almost 5 inches of rain. The heaviest I saw was around Muskegon, around 4.8 inches of rainfall. Okay, so here we are into this evening. Great looking weather today. Now we go into overnight tonight. Showers come into the eastern UP. We're at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Traverse City, Leelanau County, Benzie County, Honor, Beulah, up to Gaylord and up to the Mackinac Bridge. You could have a couple of showers in there. And we go through the morning hours, spotty showers, northern Michigan. Let's go to the afternoon. This is 1 o'clock, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See that? Not much to worry about. What I'm calling a 15-minute, half-hour shower maybe wets the sidewalk. Maybe at worst. So, and then as we go into Sunday, the rain that was just to our south moves a little further south, and Sunday is dry and a very nice day. High temperatures today. We're starting with sunshine already. So we are looking at high temperatures in the low to mid 60s and really nice. Elizabeth Platt, what's the weather like in Muskegon, Michigan today? There it is. Muskegon, now you're on the shoreline, so getting up near the water within a couple of miles still can be only in the 50s, whereas you get inland, it could be in the low 60s in the Muskegon area. Tomorrow, Saturday, the 7-0 showing up from Mount Pleasant and Elma to Grand Rapids to Flint, Lansing, Jackson, Ann Arbor, Detroit probably, Kalamazoo and Battle Creek, 73, 74 degrees. Northern Michigan, northern lower Michigan in the mid 60s, and in the UP, 60s to near 70 also. Hi, Auburn, James Cherry. Sunday, still pretty mild, upper 60s from Saginaw to Grand Rapids southward, about 70 in the far southeast. Cooler air starting to show up, but here's the change. The cold air that I talked about for next week, still on tap, but two changes. The cold air, about 3 degrees warmer, and a couple of disturbances with clouds and showers in there too. And that's very important, because if we clear out, which is hard to tell a week in advance, we'd get very cold. But if we've got these embedded little disturbances with clouds and showers, that helps by a couple of degrees. And that's why I'm going to give you my revised gardening thoughts after we look at this. So high temperatures on Monday, we're back down into the 50s. Tuesday, upper 50s, and Wednesday, 60. And that's a change, because Tuesday and Wednesday looked like they would be in the low 50s. So that's that on the high side for the afternoon. That's about a 5 degree temperature change or so, let's call it. Now, more importantly, morning low temperatures, no problems tomorrow morning. Sunday morning, no problems. Monday morning, northern Michigan, the UP, yeah, you get the frost in there. Southern half of lower into the 40s. Yeah, I know, Allie, I need to tighten it up some more. I don't know who invented the tie, but it's an uncomfortable bugger. Get used to it after 30 years, though. All right, let's see here. Let me get this in a better perspective for you. Okay. We are at Thursday morning, upper 30s, and Wednesday morning and Thursday morning, upper 30s, and still frosty in the northern half. So that's my point, is yesterday and the last couple of days, this was showing up at about 35, 34 in southern lower. All right, now what's doing it? Okay, this is the big picture. This is where you get the weather talk from me. Okay, this is where you get 30 years plus of experience. What's happening is all winter, first off, the main thing that's happening is we're starting to see a seasonal hemispheric pattern change. So things set up in the winter typically, and then they change as we go into summer. And in that seasonal pattern, the models aren't that good when we get out to 8, 9, 10 days. Okay, so I wouldn't necessarily believe what we're going to see at the end of this run, and I'll show you that in just a moment here. So all winter, we had cold air trying to come down. The models would bring it down. We'd say, yeah, next week it looks like it's going to get cold, and it wouldn't. And the hemispheric weather pattern just wanted to be in a warmer than normal pattern. Then boom, all of a sudden we get to late March and it goes the opposite. Cold air trying to come down, and it's a little more vicious than what the models show. And it's like, wow, what just happened? We just went to trying to be colder than normal. And now it looks like we're easing back off of the cold air overachieving, let's say. And we're seeing that in a couple of model runs here. So we're going to look at the European. And what you're focusing on here is the red lines and the blue lines. The blue lines are cold. The red lines are warm. Today we're into the fourth red line, if you want to call it, and we get into the 60s. So you could see as we go through the weekend, there's our little shot of a sidewalk wetting type shower. Okay. Good morning, John Robert Williams. And there's the cold front coming down on Monday. But look, it stops and kind of lifts back to the north as we go toward Tuesday. Still chilly. Okay, still chilly, but not quite as chilly. And there we go into Tuesday and Wednesday, and disturbances trying to come through the Great Lakes. That would make some clouds. That would help too. Then we go to Thursday, and the cold starts to back off. But as we get out to the end of the run, it shows another big dumping of cold air down into our area. That would be next weekend, Saturday. But my point being is it's the end of the run. The hemisphere is redistributing in its flow or highways of storm systems. And I wouldn't necessarily believe that because we're seeing this last cold outbreak. It's probably going to be not quite as cold. So what's the revised gardening thoughts for me? I still would anticipate frost possible in the southern half of lower Michigan. I would definitely anticipate frost northern half. I would plant some stuff this weekend that you could cover. If you were going to end up with 12 or 20 tomato plants, I'd plant 4 of them for fun and 4 peppers and have enough buckets to cover those over as we get to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week. I wouldn't go whole hog. And if you had a real warm spot on the south side of a building, south side of your house, right up near the house, that might be protected if you're in the southern half of lower. So think about where the warm spots are going to be and how much you could actually cover next week. And that would be giving you a little bit of gardening fun if you didn't get the 4 or 5 inches of rain and it's definitely too muddy. So Veronica Horn, good news, no frost, question mark. I wouldn't get rid of the question. I'll keep the question mark. I would say there's frost still possible around the Frankenmuth area, the Thumb area, but not as likely as what it looked like a couple of days ago. And still where you're going to have to cover something probably, but maybe not the 28 or 29 that we were looking at, but maybe 34 or 35 and a light frost. All right, time to open the cottage, says Larry Busker. Yes, it is. Suzanne Wallace, hi. Pat Lawrence, hi. Curtis Jack, hi. So there you have it. There's the MLive weather update for this morning. Now, I will tell you that I am on a furlough, unpaid furlough next week. So there will not be any Facebook Lives just for 1 week. Everybody at MLive, just like everybody else, we've got these economic revenue hits. And so everybody's, I guess, doing their part. All of us have to take 1 week unpaid furlough now, around now. So I'm taking mine next week. So I won't be with you next week. I will be back the following Monday. And so take care and watch the weather somewhere to figure out if it's going to frost. You can also join me on my personal Facebook page. I'll probably post something, not as MLive, because I cannot work at all next week, and that's the stipulation on a furlough. All righty. Thank you very much. Have yourselves a good weekend. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa.